Hello and welcome to Cup to Hook Conversations number 42. I am currently here by myself and I am coming on a little bit late, so I apologize for that. I kind of move in turtle mode these days. Everything I do is slow and behind. I see a couple people popping on, so hello and welcome to my home on this Friday night. I hope everyone is doing well. So I guess since I just drank out of my cup, we can go ahead and talk about what's in our cups. I have nothing fancy. I'm just drinking out of my lovely hospital cup, and I'm drinking lemonade that my husband made. Some homemade lemonade. Hi, Judy. She says, hi, Cynthia. Just wanted to stop in and say hello and see how your recovery is going. I'm doing very well, Judy. Thank you for asking. I've had a really good week overall. Tuesday, I went and I got my staples and my stitches out, and the doctor was very, very pleased with the incisions that had the staples. The one that had the stitches is still seeping a little bit, so he's concerned about that. But he just has me kind of keeping it kind of lightly covered so that it's still getting air to it. And then the only other thing, he took x-rays because he's going to want to watch how the spine is fusing to the cage. And I told him it's kind of funny because I really kind of forget that I had back surgery because I have so much pain in the leg that I don't have feeling and mobility in. And then some of the other areas of my body, like my stomach and my other leg and sometimes my arms, I have a lot of pain in. And he told me that that is due to all of the nerves. And he said that they're just what's in called hypersensitive mode. So the slightest touch from myself or someone else or the weather, if I get a chill, like goosebumps, that it just kind of just sends them off. And so the last 3 days it's been pouring rain. It's been very, very cold here. So I have not accomplished much of anything other than staying, kind of snuggled up under blankets to stay warm, to warn off goosebumps and chills and whatnot, so that those nerves stay calm. And taking a little bit more of the painkillers, which he has really, really talked to me more about, that I need to stay on a good regimen with them and not be so afraid of taking them and dealing with the pain, that when I try to not take them and deal with the pain, that I'm actually hindering my recovery. So I am fully taking the pills like I'm supposed to now. And with that, it does help a lot with pain management. And like he said, I'll just deal with, the recovery of taking the pills later if there's a need. But for now, I am taking them because I can't handle the pain. So I'm a wimp. But anyway, but things are going really good. It was a rough couple 3 days. And today was the first day that I was actually by myself. And I was kind of scared of that at first. But even though it was kind of my choice, because I can't get any videos done with everybody here, because unfortunately it's hard to, ask everybody and keep everybody quiet. So therefore, no videos went out this week, and I'm so sorry about that. It really made me sad, because being on my channel and doing my videos is what's helping me stay on the positive side, and not being able to do that has been a little bit tough. And so it puts me kind of between a rock and a hard place, because I dearly appreciate all those that are here to help me. But in the same token, it is keeping me from doing the one thing that truly brings me joy and helps me, stay in a positive mindset. So I did try to make one video, and y'all will see it down the road. It's going to be on a Fun Day Monday. And I tried to do that video, and I mean, it was awful. It'll be the most unprofessional video that I've ever put out. You'll hear the dogs moving about a lot, drinking water, eating food, shaking their collars, reacting off of people in the room, and my friend constantly clearing her throat, my husband playing on the video games. It just got to a point that I actually just quit doing the video and stopped until everybody went to bed. And I had my husband sit me up at a table, and when he went to bed, and I finished the video, and then I just sat there and waited for him to get up to go to work. And when he did, he got me in the recliner, and I was able to go to sleep, and then I slept almost the whole day. So I'm kind of discouraged by that video, and if it weren't for the fact that it required every bit of instruction, me being on the video, I would actually redo it, but that would mean taking all that work out, and right now I just can't handle that. So anyway, it is what it is. Judy, I probably could. He has me actually on the Oxy, and he has me on gabapentin, which is to help with the nerves. So that's what I'm kind of doing. I'm kind of rotating those two right now every 4 hours. Sometimes with the Gabby, I don't get the relief, but honestly, I just go to sleep, and that helps a lot. So, and when I take the Oxy during the day, I'm only doing half a pill. So only at nighttime when I'm trying to sleep do I do a full one. And so that seems to be very effective, and that seems to be working. So today I had a better day today. But which is good, because it took me almost all day to get the Bible study video done, which I do apologize is not out. It is currently in the process of processing. So hopefully it will be finished before the end of today, and I will be able to get it out to everyone the end of today. But it was a good one. If you're following along with that Bible study series, it was a really, really good one today. At least for me, it was very humbling. Got me some spiritual spankings, that's for sure. Judy says, I'm sure the video is fine. You just not used to doing so much work. I'm just not used to having so many people around. Like I normally would come home from work, and sometimes I would jump on and start a video, and then I'd get up a little bit early and finish it and then go to work. But I'd have the house to myself. And I was usually always in the studio. I could shut shut the doors and block the dogs out. But right now I'm kind of like in family domain, where I'm in the living room, which is where I am right now. And so, yeah. But today I sent my friend Beverly home last night. So, I mean, she could go home and have some downtime. Not that she was asking for it. She was willing to stay and do whatever I needed. And then my daughter-in-law and my son have been here almost every day because of their jobs. And today, only my son worked, and my daughter-in-law stayed in Columbia so she could take little one to the doctor because she thought maybe she had thrush, but she does not. So that was a praise. And so it just ended up where I was by myself, and it worked out great. It was a nice day. So it just unfortunately took me a while to do the Bible study because I had not been able to, finish studying. So I had to finish studying and then process the video. And then I got tired and I had to take a nap. And so anyway, it is what it is. I'm doing the best I can. And I know everybody understands that and appreciates that. And because of that, I'm very, very thankful and blessed. But I am so hoping that next week will be somewhat back to normal, because I miss doing all this stuff, and not doing some of this stuff. There goes a dog. I'm not crocheting either, and I really miss that. So, um, Judy says sleep is the best thing for you right now, which I've been doing a good bit of it. So, hello, Miss Leanne with Crocheting with Leanne. She says hello, Cynthia. And Judy says hi, Leanne, and Leanne says hi, Judy. So the other thing that my doctor told me is he did not like the fact that the spine was not fusing with the cage. So I do go back in 2 weeks. So that'll be a week from this coming Tuesday. And he'll take more x-rays to see if it's fusing. If, 6 weeks after surgery, it does not begin fusing, then he did talk to me about going in and doing the surgery again. And this time he will do whatever it takes to get the hardware from the side to the back of the spine. And I meant to research. Someone asked me if the back of the spine is the part that is, like the back where you see the vertebrae, or if the back of the spine is like the internal part of it. And I told him I didn't know. And I was going to research that. And oops, sorry, I hit the camera. And I have not done that yet. So if anyone knows the answer to that question, that would be a great help. But if not, that's fine, because I plan on researching, and I plan on researching a little bit more about the spine and inserting a cage and what all it really means to have it fuse. I know he's wanting the bone to grow, because they cut out a good bit of bone in the spine. He's wanting the bone to grow into the cage and the hardware and become one. So I guess he feels like it's not doing what it's supposed to by being on the side. So he said if he has to redo it, he'll go back in to the 2 incisions that are already there, and he'll just make 2 more above it. So we're praying that that's not the case. We're really praying that that's not the case. All right. Oh, Judy, I just reread your comment. You're just not used to doing so work. That is correct. That is correct. That's a good way to put it. Let's see. Leanne says, what Bible study are you doing? So I have been doing a Bible study on the book of Proverbs on Friday afternoons. And we just today, which no one has seen yet, and again, I'm working on it's editing right now. So I just have to wait for it to finish processing. I'm in the process of, putting it into video format right now. But anyway, we just did chapter 24. And so we have 7 more chapters to go, and we will finish the book of Proverbs. And in today's Bible study, it actually gave an example of someone in the Bible with what we've been studying, which Proverbs is a book of wisdom. So it's teaching us about wisdom and how to gain it, how to, understand it and obtain it and apply it to our life. And so today it gave an example of Esther. And so I flipped over to Esther, and Esther has only 10 chapters in it. So I decided today that after we finish the final 7 chapters of Proverbs, we will go do a very quick study on the book of Esther. So yeah. And then after that, we've been asked to look at the book of Ephesians. So we probably will go from Proverbs to Esther to Ephesians. So a little hopping around. Hello, Miss Kelly. I have been missing you. She says, ooh la la, you look marvelous in blue. Oh, thank you. Yep, I'm just wearing a scrub top, but thank you. I appreciate that. Judy says, hi, Kelly. Kelly says, hey, Judy and everyone. So once again, this is Cup to Hook Conversation. So what is everybody drinking in their cup? What are you drinking right now? And so again, I'm just drinking out of my lovely hospital cup. I love it. It's durable. If it hits the floor, it doesn't break because I am dropping a lot of things right now. And anyway, I'm drinking lemonade, homemade lemonade that my husband made. And as I was sharing, there hasn't been a whole lot on my hook this week, just due to the super, how did he say it again? This super tensity or whatever, anyways, the nerves, the nerves being super insensitive or whatever, sensitive, being insensitive, whatever. Okay, I can't think at the moment. Hypersensitive, that's it. The nerves being hypersensitive, and I have it going on all over. And I mean, it was to the point that I told him I honestly think I've had leg surgery and I've had a baby, because I'm constantly rubbing my belly and my right leg and sometimes my left leg, but I forget that I had back surgery, and which is not good because I then tend to forget that it's my back that's recovering. And so, because my back doesn't hurt at all. And so I have to remember, the BLT, no bending, no lifting, no twisting. And I don't always stop to think about that because of the fact that that is not where my pain is at. And that's not where my struggle is at. I have had a few of you call me this week, and I appreciate that. It has really helped lift my spirits. I really appreciate those who have called me to talk about their personal things, so that it actually distracted me from what I'm going through. You don't know how much that means to me, to be able to focus on you and pray for you and try to be an encouragement for you. And there are my dogs drinking water. I'm sure you can hear them. I love them dearly, but again, I miss being in my studio right now and having a little bit of privacy. Oh my gosh, you think we never give them water? Of course, for them, it is kind of their dinner time. So anyway, and of course, one does now, the other has to. So I love them though. I forgot what I was saying. So on my hook, I haven't accomplished much. As I said earlier, I did get some stuff done for the Longmire blanket. I do apologize, though, that nothing came out this past week. My goodness, girls. Todd, I mean, you apparently put ice in their water, and they're sitting there getting the ice out and chomping it. But it is making a really loud noise. I'm sure y'all can hear that. Anyway, I apologize I did not get anything out on the Longmire blanket. But with that being said, I did finally get this past week's episode videoed and next week's episode videoed. So all I have to do is get them processed. So for sure, you will have 2 videos coming out on time this Monday and the following Monday. So that gives me 2 weeks to get the next part done, and I'm sure I can do that. Then I may even surprise you and put 2 videos out in 1 week. Again, I will ask for your patience, as not the one coming out this Monday, but the one coming out after that. It is so chaotic. I have not even listened to it yet because it stressed me out so much doing it. Because like I said, I had the dogs moving around. I had people clearing their throat in the background. My husband was playing video games, and I was sitting right beside him, and it was like tap, 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 tap on the keyboard, that it was just like, stop. But in the end, I got it finished after they went to bed. So we have yet to see what that video is like. I just hope it's not too distracting. And then I did get the video started for this Sunday, so I'm very excited that that first episode will air. It's done. I just have to finish editing it and putting it in video format, but it'll definitely be out for Sunday. I hear a motorcycle going by. It's just the devil. He's just trying to steal my joy right now, and we're just not going to let him, are we? I never notice how much noise occurs in this room. Like, I literally, before all of this, spent more time in my bedroom sleeping or in my studio. And I mean, my studio is sandwiched between the living room and the kitchen, and that part of the house sits way up off the ground that I never heard a lot of noise. But then I'm sitting in this family room for the last week and a half since surgery, and it's like there's a lot of noise. Like, it surprises me even how early in the morning, I hear noise on the road. Like, I hear the buses come through. I hear the garbage trucks come through. I hear the mail lady when she comes through, which is really frustrating because there's nothing I can do about it. I still have to wait for someone to come home and bring the mail in. So it's just like, I do not like my living room. I never realized how much traffic in and around actually took place in it because I didn't spend a lot of time in here because, like I said, sleeping in my studio, you guys, I have more joy there. But so I don't know, maybe God's trying to tell me something. But anyway, this is definitely the party room, that's for sure. Leanne says she's drinking coffee, and that sounds so good. Judy says she's drinking water right now. And Kelly says hot tea. Oh my gosh, Kelly, I had some hot tea last night, which I usually try to drink hot tea every night, but that's, not always the case when you're not the one with the capabilities of getting up and making it. But last night I had hot tea, and my husband actually made my favorite, which is apple cinnamon. I love the herbal tea with the apple and the cinnamon. But 2 nights ago, my son was here. He came home from work, and his wife went to work. It was her first day back to work, and how exciting was that? But he started talking to me, and his voice was all scraggly and rough. And I was like, well, baby, does your throat hurt? And he's like, a little bit. And so I got Todd to help me get up and get to the kitchen, and I was able to make him some hot tea and add some honey to it. It was like a peach flavored, and I added some honey to it. And then Todd helped me carry the tea back to the living room and give to him because he was actually in here feeding Violet. And he was able to drink that tea, and it helped a lot. So I felt so useful. It made me feel so good. So love hot tea. Good choice, Kelly. All right, Judy says, I have to go, continuing prayers for healing. Well, thank you for stopping by, Judy. If you get a chance, catch the replay so you can see all the other stuff that we'll be going over. And I definitely appreciate your prayers and your encouragement, and thank you for stopping by. Oh my gosh, hello, David Browning. How are you? How are you? How are things going for you, my friend? I do apologize to you because I have the note right here still. This past week, I really didn't accomplish a whole lot just due to different things, and I'm not going to go over all that again because I know y'all are getting tired of it, and I get tired talking. But I did not get a chance to go catch Reverend Chris Lee, but it is on my notes to still do. So I will definitely, hopefully, catch up with him and his videos before we meet again. And I was just looking through some of these real quick. All right. And I definitely did not get to check out that Dill Genius, but I'm still going to do that. So, David, how are you? I hope that you have been able to make some more progress on your disability form. So please let me know. And I will apologize right up front if anybody has emailed me. I literally have not been on my emails. And I'm hoping to catch up on comments on YouTube this weekend. Like I said, It's been a good week, but it's been a rough week. I've been in a lot of pain, and a lot of it has to do with the weather that we have going on here. So Kelly says, "Okay, let's all distract her. We can all play Duck Duck Goose." Yeah, she made me laugh. Leanne says, "I have to go. I will keep you in my prayers." Thank you, Leanne. Thanks for stopping by. David says, "I have an adult beverage, but not too adult since I'm also wielding a crochet." That is quite all right. And Kelly says, "Laugh out loud, David." Hello, Miss Jen. How are you, beautiful? She says, "Hello, beautiful." Jen says, "Hi, Kelly, Leanne, Judy, and David." And David says, "I'm not sure how much I've told you, but we should talk." Absolutely. I am all up for that. Have a lot of time on my hands. Worst case scenario is I may fall asleep on you and we may have to continue the conversation another time, but most of the time you got warning before that happens. But yes, let's please talk. Kelly says, "Hey, Jen." David says, "At least with the weather, we've been fortunate here in ILM, which I know you're from North Carolina. North Carolina. Yes, you guys, speaking of weather right now, that crazy weather in Texas. Um, the only one right now that I know personally there that is affecting is our friend Bree. They have been without power for days now, and it'll be days before they get it back. And so she texted me a couple times, and I've texted her some, but I've not heard back from her. So I don't know if that just means her phone is dead and she has no way to charge it. Oh my gosh, we just need to keep them in our prayers. And then I saw a video about all the turtles they're trying to save in Texas. And we just don't think about how things that are not part of their norm affect them in such drastic ways. But yes, and I can't complain either, David. I mean, all we have is rain and cold temperatures, but we don't have any snow, ice, sleet, any of that. Thank you, Lord. But so, yes, we're very blessed. But from a pain perspective, it has not been very friendly and it has not played very nicely. So, the one thing that is outside of the Longmire blanket and this Sunday episode that is going to be airing, so I don't want to give a sneak peek on that because I want you to come check that out, that I have been working on is something that I'm working on that will be kind of universal to my walker or my wheelchair because apparently we don't know how long I'm going to be attached to those because my doctor seemed a little bit surprised that I still had numbness in my leg and I still didn't have mobility. So his surprise kind of scares me a little bit. Just saying. So it's not very big. I grabbed some of this, parfait layer yarn that I have in the blues, and I began making a small little panel. And here's the other one. So you've got a front or a back. So this is probably going to be the front side here, and this other one is going to be the back. And I plan on putting them together as such. But in between them, I am going to run this little rectangle piece so that, this is going to be the width of my sides and my bottom part. And I'm creating a bag. And then I'm going to create some other little pieces that'll come up and then they will button. And then this part will kind of just be open. So it'll button strap to the wheelchair or the walker so that I can keep my hand sanitizer, my chapstick, which is so funny. I got spoiled in the hospital with the hospital gown because right in the center I had a pocket and I had my chapstick. And in fact, there's an ongoing funny story that they discovered it during my second surgery. I completely went into it forgetting that it was in there. But I put it in there because I got tired of it rolling off my table, and then I have to wait for somebody to come back into my room because I was not buzzing them to come get my chapstick and say, oh yeah, by the way, my chapstick is somewhere on the floor. And so when I discovered that pocket, I'd put it in there. And even now, I've had issues with it rolling off tables or whatnot. So I have a bunch of scrub tops that I'm not using at the current moment. So why not grab a clean scrub top and stick that bad boy right into the pocket? So it works. But anyway, this bag can hold my chapstick. It can hold hand sanitizer. It can hold my face mask. As it's needed when PT comes in, or as I hope to eventually be able to venture out of this walls and go experience life, that I will have it and be able to have, some of the things I need right there in that little pouch. And so, and the fact that it'll button on and off, I'll be able to remove it. And so, anyway. Oh, I got you, David. He says Wilmington. Um, Jen says, ooh, I love that color. It is a really pretty color, and it's so soft. And I do eventually want to make a bigger one for the wheelchair. It's got a pocket on the back, but I want to make one a little bit bigger that will actually hold some yarn and a yarn hook so that I can have my yarn with me as I go places, because, a lot of times I'll be the one who gets to sit and wait, and why not crochet? So anyway, and I'm going to use this same yarn to make that bigger bag. So thank you, Jen. David says, I have dear friends in Dallas. One has a very young disabled son, and his family has been without power and heat for ages. Another is very involved with pet rescue, and I'm concerned. Oh, wow, David, absolutely. David says, I'm also still part of a church community in Dallas, Cathedral of Hope, and I sometimes miss living there. Okay, not this week, but often. I know what you mean, though. And when you have people that you're connected to and they're going through this, I mean, it just is hard and it breaks your heart, and you want to do something, but what can you do? I mean, there's nothing you can do. I mean, if you could go and, melt this ice storm and the snow and all of that and get the power turned back on, but there's so many without that it's taken them a long time to get everybody, turned back on, and some of the area locations have to be cleared out and fixed before they can even do that, and it's just crazy. I remember when South Carolina got flooded. I mean, who'd have ever thought? And then it happened not once, but twice. And it was just like, I mean, this is unheard of. And so, yeah, it's crazy. But luckily, Bree and her family are getting over the flu and the COVID that they had. Because could you imagine dealing with flu and COVID and having no power whatsoever? Oh my gosh, it's miserable enough. But then, so, and speaking of them, in case you're just not catching the Bible studies, and that's fine if you're not, Alex is doing great. Her numbers are fantastic with her chemo. And so right now, we're a little under 6 weeks, because I've known this for a little over a week, but they're giving her a 6-week break from the chemo. So she just gets to be Alex, and she just gets to enjoy life for a minute, because, the chemo makes them so sick. So praise the Lord for that. And what a blessing, especially when they're going through this process of not having any power. David says, I came back to North Carolina from Texas because I was very sick at the time and had nowhere else to go. Now I'm healthier, but completely destitute. Truth be told, I'd rather be back in Texas. Well, Texas is a beautiful state, and normally the weather is gorgeous. I mean, you may have to deal with some hot days, but who'd have ever thought that they would be dealing with what they're dealing with? So, well, I love the fact that you're close, David, in North Carolina, because that puts you closer to me, and I'm excited about us trying to meet up one day soon. But doesn't mean I can't come through Texas, because you know what? I got a boy in Arizona. So anyway, to me, no state is too far for traveling, especially after we get an RV. I know that'll be some time away before that happens, but I'm game. Yes, we must meet. All right. So that is all that's been on my hook. I've been looking to see if anybody's been telling me what's on their hook, and I've not seen anything. So do tell me what is on your hooks. I hope you guys have been able to do a lot more than me. I'm excited about next week, because next week I know without a doubt I will have things to show you. I will tell you some positive things about this week in spite of the other stuff, with my son and my daughter-in-law taking turns being here with the baby as they switch off their shifts. That means I've gotten a lot of Violet time. So, yay me. If that's not some healing stuff right there, I don't know what is. Getting them baby sugars and kisses and hugs, and oh my gosh, she's been talking to me and telling me stories, and I've been able to read her books, and oh, it's been so great. Um, and then when my arms get tired, because I have to use my arms a lot when I do try to walk to carry my weight, and so my arms get tired, the kids will come and prop a pillow up under my arm so that I can keep holding that precious little one. And she smiles at me. She's getting where she recognizes me and my voice, and it just makes me so happy. And Pop Pop came home the other day, and he had got diapers and wipes for her, and the diapers had Mickey Mouse all over them. So I know I'm not the only one enjoying her being here all the time. So we pulled some of the toys out of the toy box that make noise and sings the ABCs and whatnot. So yeah, so it's been good. David says, I did a live earlier this evening showing some of my finished objects. I'm just now starting a onesie for friends who had a baby. Well, I definitely will have to. Well, I'm already, I know, David, I said this last week, that I'm already trying to check out your videos. You guys, I'm just, again, I'm going to apologize, and I'm not going to bring this up again the rest of the night. I did not get a lot done at all. Like, if I had free time, I had a lot of people here, and I'm not complaining, because I could not have made it through the week without those people. So please, in no means, think that I'm complaining, because I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have survived. And so I'm very, very thankful. But now that the doctor told me that I could be on my own as long as I feel comfortable, and we gave it a go today, and I did great, I do realize how much I relied on other people, because the littlest thing will wear me out. But I'm doing more by myself, and that's cool too. So hopefully next week I will accomplish a lot more. And so, yeah, between now and next Friday, David, you will see a comment from me on 5 of your videos. That's my challenge. But it's not going to be just your channel. I have other people that I'm going to do the same thing for. But since you're sitting right here, I'm going to tell you, you're going to get 5 comments from me. And if you don't get 5 comments, you get to come on next Friday and fuss at me. And since I don't like being fussed at, you're going to get 5 comments. And the onesie, how exciting is that? I don't think I've ever seen. Are you crocheting it or knitting it? That is so cool. That I can't wait to see. I may have to learn your secret for Miss Violet. Hello, Kay. How are you? She says, hey, y'all. Jen says, I can't work on my blanket while in Florida this time, as we flew and I couldn't take it on the plane. I can understand that, but you got a lot caught up, so that is awesome. And the fact that I didn't get one out this past week technically will help you out a lot too. Jen says, hi, Kay. Jen says, don't apologize. Kay says, I'm at work, so I don't have my hook, but at home, I have a pullover sweater on my hook. That is awesome. What color are you doing? Or what colors? Because it might be more than one. Oh, Sweet David dropped his page. And you guys do the same. Drop your links if you can. I don't know what YouTube's rules are. I'm going to be honest. For about 3 weeks now, I've been so out of sync with everything. So if you can, drop your link. If you're not blue, let me know and I will make sure that you are. But David, thank you for sharing your channel link. And David says progress, not perfection. This is true. David says, me, knit, clutching pearls. I didn't know, my friend. Well, that makes me even more excited because I don't do a lot of knitting either. So that means you're making that onesie crochet. And so that is doable. David says, what must you think of me to make a suggestion? Are you talking about my challenge? If that's what you're talking about, I think a lot of you, that's why I want to watch your channel. And so I made a promise to you, and I don't make promises that I don't feel I can keep. And I thought I could keep that one, and I didn't. I didn't even come close because I really didn't do anything this week. So if that's what you're talking about, that's why I set the challenge. It's nothing about how I think about you. It's how frustrated I was with myself. But no, I want to watch your channel, and there's other people I want to watch. I still have so much to learn, and I still have so much growth. So, and I'm only going to get there when I watch some of the best. So, not that I want to change me or what I'm doing. I'm talking more about my crochet techniques and how to make things. And then the rest of your channel I want to watch because I'm drawn to your personalities and to the joy that you put in my heart. So I hope that's what you're asking me about. David says, I'm trying to reach 400 and it's not far now. Oh my gosh, you guys, please, please, if you've not gone over to David's channel and if you have not subscribed, please go throw some yarn in his window and hit that subscribe button and be sure and hit the all. Please help David get to 400. Oh my gosh. Kay says it's one color and it's blue. Oh my gosh, I love it already. I love blue. Ah, that is going to be pretty. Jen says, Kay, yay, blue. Jen likes blue too. Kay says, right, I like blue, but my favorite color is green. Ah, so are you making the sweater for someone then? Or is it for yourself? That's cool. That's one thing I'm hoping to do in 2021. Well, I guess I technically am because I'm making this little bag pouch. I was going to say I want to make something for myself. But I don't know that this little bag pouch counts. That's more a necessity right now. That's to accessorize my get up and goes. I'm talking about like a hoodie or, well, you know what? I'm telling a story because that fall scarf, I did make that for me, and I did make a pocket shawl for me. So I guess I have made something for myself. Shame on me. I was telling a story. Jen says green, blah. And then she laughed. Jen says, I already have David. Sweet. Thank you, Jen. And Kay's laughing. David says, I do Sunday readings of poetry, and last Sunday was Valentine's Day. Ooh, I bet that was special. Kay says, it's for me. Good for you, Kay. Yay. David says, I just finished a scrap sweater that is all me. Oh, I hope it's one of those finished objects you've got on that video because I want to see it. I hope so, David. If not, you must do a video. You hear me, my friend? All right. So it is already coming up on 8 o'clock, and I'm going to try to get off of here on time because I have just a little bit of the last episode of Longmire to watch. So I have to get that finished. We ended up not doing any last week. We just talked because we had a lot of people that weren't able to get on. So tonight we're doing 4, but these last 2 do not have hardly any questions. So I just got to finish watching it. But anyway, David says, I showed it on today's live stream. Look and give me watch hours. Oh, absolutely. So good. That's what I was wondering because you said you had done the video today. So I will definitely go check that out. And of course, we'll give you some watch hours. All right, you guys. So I have the subscriber shout out box. Thanks to my husband. He helped me get a lot of my accessories ready for this video. And these were our names for last Saturday. In fact, he helped me cut these out. So I appreciate that. All right. And again, if I mispronounce a name, it is completely not my intention. I would love to make sure I have all your names correct. All right. And so this first one is Sigal Alon. I hope that's right. And the next one is Robin Bryant. Jen says, I don't know if I will stay on the whole time tonight. I'm tired. I'm sure you are after flying throughout the night. Carol Cardenas. Shirley Cross. I myself, Jen, am going to try to get as much done tonight on that as we can. But a lot of it will depend on my legs because right now I've got the laptop sitting right in front of me, which means my legs are not elevated. And that dead leg gets numb for being numb, if that makes any sense. Karen A. Emmerich. And then it starts to really hurt. So I've got to get it propped up. So we'll see how far I can go, especially after doing this one too. I'm learning my limitations. Angela Fisher. I still have not heard from the ones I drew last week, and I'm giving them some more time because I haven't been able to reach out. So again, as I said, we'll wait till the first Friday of the month, and if I've not heard from them, we'll draw more names. So, and this one is Joni L. And this one is Roxy Hayes. And then my content creators is Miss Sandy with Left is Right Crochet. I feel like my camera's a little blurry when I hold those up. And I have a feeling I'm going to mispronounce this one. Rambutina. I don't know if I said that right or not. But those are our names that came out last Saturday. So definitely go over to those content creators and say hello. All right, and then the last thing I have is our Joy Basket moment. And again, we want to thank Kelly Platter for this amazing, amazing Grace book. And today, our Joy Basket moment is titled Cry and Laugh. And it says, there's a time to cry and a time to laugh. There's a time to be sad and a time to dance. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 4. Sometimes in life we experience heartache. To deny how we feel and attempt to go about our lives as if nothing has happened can be harmful. The Lord wants to lead us through the hard times, not around them. He's prepared to be our comforter, but we must first admit that we need the comfort. There is also a time to surrender our sadness to the Lord and get back up again. There are some things we cannot simply stop feeling, but we also cannot let them keep us down. Embracing our laughing and our dancing again is not denying the sad times. It is choosing to press forward in the comfort and love of God. I recognize that there are times to cry and times to laugh, and both are important. You yourself, dear God, have cried and laughed. Please give me courage to embark on both paths when it's time and lead me through them by your love. Do you struggle with transitioning between sadness and feeling happy again? Have you asked God to guide you? And that is our Joy Basket moment for the day. Well, that's all I have for today for our Cut to Hook conversation. Again, I thank you so much for your patience, your encouragement, and your understanding. I know my channel has been kind of scarce this week, and except every morning, I do hope that you've been enjoying the Morning Joy blogs. And I know that it is always comforting to me when 6 o'clock rolls around and I'm able to pop it up and just watch it and just get lost in whatever the nature scene is and just at that point hear what God is trying to tell me. And so I hope that you're getting the same blessings from those as well. All right. Is there anything anybody else wants to share real quick or wants to say? And while they're putting that in, I want to invite you, if you have not come before, my entourage. No, those are actually my friends telling me that they're putting videos up on YouTube right now that I need to go watch. That's actually what that really is. One was my tablet and one's my phone. That way I just don't miss anybody. But yeah, if you're new and you've not joined us before, please come join us at 9 o'clock for movie night. We would love, love, love to have you. So let's see here. David says, happy to see you this evening. Please be good to yourself and allow others to take care of you. And I really have been. Like I said, today I was at that point that I just needed some space. And I wanted to get the Bible study done. And I knew that I could not do that with all the distractions. So when my daughter-in-law told me that she was not going to be coming today, and so that would kind of take care of itself, I went ahead and sent Beverly home. And then it dawned on me when I got up this morning, it was so funny. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm here by myself. Like, you did this to yourself. But it was great. And, you know, my husband did a good job of making sure I had plenty to drink. I had food to eat. The only thing I had to literally get up for was just going to the bathroom. So it really did not put me in a position that I was at any danger or risk of falling. So it was good. And the space and the quietness and the alone time was really great because that's the first time I'd been alone since my surgery. So I've always had somebody like beside me in my face or wherever, and I mean that in a good way, ever since I've been home. And so today it was just nice to be able to just take a breath, and it was just me. So me and my husband's teddy bear that you see back here that he has me sleep with. So thank you, David. David says, yeah, that bathroom thing is such an annoyance. It really is, actually. It really, really is. David says, snirk, laughing. All right, you guys, I love you, and I am going to go faithfully finish watching Longmire so that I am ready for that at 9 o'clock. And if you get a chance, come back by and see us. But if not, then I will see you next Friday. However, before I go, I am going to explain something to you that came out in the Bible study today. In Proverbs 24:26, it says, I'm going to tell it to you specifically because I'm going to make sure that I read it correctly. It says, an honest answer is like a kiss on the lips. And back in the day, the Persians would use kissing each other on the lips as a way, as a contract of showing true friendship. That meant you can trust me. No, I am not going to ask y'all to kiss me on the lips. But I know in a lot of my videos when I end them, I say hug each other and hug each other tight and squeeze, 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 and then I blow you a kiss. Well, after reading that today and letting it really truly sink in, I blow a kiss to you guys because I love you. You're my friends. But after reading that, it took on a much more important meaning. And it's funny because, you always think about Carol Burnett, tugging her ear to say hello to her mom and all that. When I blow y'all a kiss, I want you to know that that means that you truly are my friend. And as long as I'm sitting here talking to you, I'm always going to be truthful and honest. And so I realize that I don't like talking about myself, although I seem to have done a pretty good job of it for the last week and a half. I will be honest with you. And if I tell you I didn't put a video out because I didn't feel good, I'm going to tell you that. If I didn't put a video out because I felt like just being lazy, I'm going to tell you that. If I didn't put a video out because that day was a rough day and I just wanted to cry all day, I'm going to be honest with you because you deserve that if you're my friend. And so, with all that being said, and I saw some more comments, let me read them really quick. Jen says later, y'all. David says, if I could trust everyone I've kissed in my long and checkered past. I know, right? So, I'm going to ask you to hug and squeeze tight so that we all feel each other's hugs because this world, we need more hugs. And then I'm going to blow you a kiss. And I want you to know, again, from here on out, that means you are my true friend. And I love you very much. So, take care. Be joyful. Come see me at 9. If not, I'll see you next Friday. Bye, everyone.